When you came up, who influenced you? Who were the inspirations that really got you wanting to do this music?
You know, probably two of the guys who were my biggest heroes, Ray Charles, Sly Stone. Of course, I can't leave Stevie Wonder out. But I grew up around jazz. My dad was a big jazz buff.
Wow.
Yeah, but funk and soul, and then there was Otis Redding, of course, and there are a lot of guys who really influenced me.
So pretty much that music just grew up. I mean, probably even in the crib, you were hearing it in the house, and your parents played music.
Yeah, like I said, my dad was a jazz buff.
Okay.
But, and then I came from a doo-wop group. I formed a group called the Tim Prees very early in high school, and when I joined the KAYS in 1970. So it's funny. Like after I joined the KAYS, they actually went on to make a lot of good records, man. Dedicated to the one I love. I'm for you, you for me. Love Maze. They did a lot of good. In fact, I went to Stax, and so did they. They were under another little label, sub-label of Stax. So we always stayed very good friends. But that's my background, doo-wop.
Wow.
Yeah, believe it or not.
So I know KAYS been through an incredible evolution. I mean, you guys have got so many great records, and came through the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. I mean, what were some of your highlights for you when you look back over the years of the KAYS? What were some of the milestones that you look back with relish now?
Well, I guess probably some of the things that I guess just remember offhand. Receiving the first gold album.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are 15 minutes until the house opens. 15 minutes to house open.
House is open. Receiving the first gold album at Madison Square Gardens. The record label slipped it up on us.
That was Mercury Records?
Mercury Records, absolutely. Spending a month with Sly Stone, recording an album with him was big.
Was that out in California?
In New York.
In New York.
Absolutely. Receiving our name on Bill Street.
Oh yeah.
Getting some of our stuff in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're going to be inducted into the R&B Hall of Fame this year, and the Memphis Music Hall of Fame this year. So watch Stax. Just we've done this is our 30th album. So there have been a lot of peaks and valleys for us. So, and then of course, this past year, after having 30 albums and 50 single releases, we had a top 10 record, man, Grown Folks, which sort of reinvented our career. And doing this Memphis Music Festival is something we love. Being out here with the originators, man, with William Bell, Booker T, Eddie Floyd, Miss Jean Knight. It's just great for us. James and I love this music. That's the music we played on at Stax behind these guys, a lot of them. So it's just a diversified situation for us. We have many different tours that we travel on, doing a lot of different kind of music. We have our own The Masters of Funk tour, which is all the funk bands, KAYS, the Daz Band, Function, and the Night Star, and all of those guys. We travel. I have 30 bands that we travel with doing that thing.
Wow.
But this is great.
Yeah. Well, I know, like I say, Memphis is such a history with all the music that came out of it, and you guys are certainly part of preserving that, and you see the legacy of the new guys. What I'm seeing today, though, is besides all the hip-hop and the electronic music, is that you're seeing a real resurgence. You're seeing Justin Timberlake going back. You're seeing the Robin Thicke grabbing the funk. You're seeing Daft Punk with Pharrell, with Nile Rodgers doing the thing. So it seems like real playing, real singing is coming back to that younger audience, and that's encouraging. We talk about it all the time, how you can press a computer or electronic piece all day long, but you can't replicate that soul.
That's very true, and I'm very glad to see that these kids are waking up to it, and that these kids are making better music, and that real singing is coming back, and singing from the heart, writing from the heart. I call it penning from the heart, and not writing so shallow. These are all good and healthy things for these kids to do. And I'm just glad to see it. And the world turns, the circle turns, and it's just getting back to what it used to be. It's just my housekeeper used to say, son, name two things do. Pants go up, pants come down, dresses go in, dresses come out. So there's only so many things and so many ways to present this thing we call music. And fortunately for us, it's coming back to soulful things. I'm just glad to see it. And the producers now are just reaching and pulling for things that are already proven hits. And they're riding that thing, you know what I'm saying? They're using it, and it's kind of cool because they're paying us for it. So
keeps it alive.
I'll take it anywhere I can get it.
Oh, sure. I mean, a lot of young people found out about James Brown through a hip hop song.
Absolutely right. I'm listening to songs with OJ's music on the front of it with and I see with these guys. I heard Fantasia's record the other day with the whole Night Shift track to it.
Right?
So it's very cool. I think it's all in good taste.
Yeah.
And I always say that imitation is a great form of flattery.
Yeah. Well, I know you've been a part of the presidential inauguration party and now back to the White House. What is that like to think of the most powerful man in the free world is loving your music?
Well, for him to have our song on his iPod is really something. My First Lady Michelle had a chance to tell James, our bass player, I just had Barack download your song, which is Grown Folks, which is a top 10 record for us. And so that's excellent. I mean, it's just great for us. This is the same tour tonight that was on the PBS special at the White House. So it's the exact same show, with the exception of Justin Timberlake. Well, he's not here tonight, and maybe Staples and some others, but Booker's here. So the meat of it, the same show is still here tonight. And this is our second night on the tour. We were in Santa Barbara last night at the fabulous Granada Theater. So, hey, we're starting out in the best of the best. I mean, Cerritos Theater's big time.
Yeah. Well, just last weekend we had the big Funk Fest out here at the Greek Theater. I know you played there before. And
yes, sir.
You had Parliament Funkadelic and Lakeside and Confunction and Slave and Mary Jane Girls and all that. And like I said, there's something about the music and the exciting times that you just can't get everywhere today. And we're certainly huge fans. During the 80s, man, it just seemed so funky back then. But you guys, KAYS with Sexomatic, you had the Freak Show going, and of course Cameo, and so many great bands, Kool and the Gang and all that. Of course, just alone on Mercury Records.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it like to feel that excitement back then?
Well, Mercury had all of the self-contained bands. It was Cameo was there, KAYS was there, Confunction was there, Kool and the Gang was there, Mandrill. All of us were there competitively. Gap Band was there.
Wow.
So Ohio players were there. So it was very, very cool, and the competition was good because who got the reward of it? The fans. They got great records, and we all loved each other, and the competition was very cool. It was in-house. Everybody's making great records, sort of taking a little bit from each other, as might I say, and that was all cool.
But you felt that competition. That, wow,
it was just,
this was hit, now it's hit. We just can't go in and just
we were tearing
write nothing.
up. We were tearing them up, and in fact, we were coming strong. Every time had to come gold, had to come platinum every time. We wasn't cutting no B-sides. We was cutting A-sides every time. So that was very, very healthy time. It was a great time for music, great time for the country.